Here we go. In the bottom right, the Polish Terran player. We have Spirit, with his work cut out for him. As on the other side of the map, one of the most entertaining players in the world. It's the final boss. It's Dark. Dark has played, I mean, I don't know this, I haven't checked, but at almost 2,000 tournament games this year. Very likely the most games of anyone the entire year. And, fun fact, he has a 69% win rate in those games, which is quite nice for anyone. Compared to Sarah, who only has a few hundred professional games. Of course, he goes for the quality over quantity, I feel. Dark, I mean, you say $15, play a show match against my Silver League cousin, and Dark would probably show up for it. So, if you have anyone you need to beat, just call Dark. I assume there's some sort of bat signal or something. And moving on. Terran versus Zerg. We gotta get in the mindset. Terran versus Zerg has shifted a lot over the years. But I feel like we're kind of back where we started. With, well, in this case it's a command center first, but with Hellion, Banshee, and other sorts of early tech ending up at Marine Tank. Occasionally, someone will try mech. Occasionally, we'll do the roaches and infestors. Dark more than others. But overall, Ling, Bane, Hydra, and occasionally Mutus up against Marine Tank is the baseline of the matchup nowadays, as it has been for so many years. Now, Spirit, no fear, command center first. Dark not trying anything. He's getting his 3 hatch up pretty quick as well. He does have gas, but he is not mining very quickly. He just, I think, has it as an option. If he was up against some sort of early aggression, he could mine with 3 in gas, get speed quicker. But if there's nothing, there's no obligation to do so. Overlord. Wandering in. He should know, based on the timing of the factory, the reactor, that this was likely a command center first. Zergling, scouring the map. Can never be too careful. Occasionally you'll see a proxy starport or something like that, or even a hidden base, but rare. But why not? Third command center, under the Overload. Shameless from Spirit. We got Zergling speed. Still, it's a macro simulator. Gonna be flipping over the starports of the tech lab. Is this for Banshees? Or maybe. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna make a call. Let's just see what it is. I don't like being wrong. You know, I could have stuck with the Banshees. Does he start Cloak? I think you start Cloak for the benefit of the Overlord. Just to make him think. Like, both players have a very good idea of exactly what's going on. It's going to be a gentleman's agreement in the early game of Game 1. The Overlord literally just sitting there watching him build. He even sees the stim researching. The Reaper's at the edge of everything. He knows by how quick the third was, the amount of queens. This isn't some super early aggression from Dark either. So we're going to be getting up... Dark's already at 50 drops. God. 4.5 minutes. Zergling gets in, just in case the Overlord didn't do enough. I don't even think he meant for that to happen. 4 more barracks. As Spirit ramps up the production. Dark has his lair on the way, alongside the Baneling nest. Looking for a Baneling speed, not really rush. But that will be the initial trajectory. Double NG Bay. quicker here for Spirit. Was that Zergling was first blood. Dark at 60 drones and counting now. Adding 8 more. I've seen Dark at 80 drones before 6 minutes, but I don't think we're going to quite make it there. Spirit is no slouch. 50 SCVs here. Baneling speed and production. The Evo chambers. We got another hatch. Infestation pit on the way. Looks like Hive Tech on the agenda. Ultralisk got a little discount in the last balance patch. Now 25 minerals off. Alright, what a steal. Essentially losing minerals not to build them. Burrow on the way as well. Creep starting to get a bit dramatic here, but Spirit is adding on Metavacs, which should at least start us off with some aggression. 3 hatcheries in production. Dark at 73 drones. Infestation pit done. Do we start a hive immediately? He has the money now. There it is. 6.5 minute hive. Looks like... Oh, was that a Reaper? Indeed. Zergling drop on a Sloverlord. Wow. I mean, it's not about... It's about the journey. No, it's not. It's about how... So many Marines headed across the map. Kills 3 SCVs. The Zergling's at the back. And we're going to go from essentially nothing to everything very quickly here. As Spirit is rallying across a parade push. 1-1 gonna be done. Marginally quicker. Zerglings, though, into the main are gonna undercut his intentions at the front. He doesn't even have an armory. This is effectively a 3-base all-in right now. And the Zerglings are burrowed underneath the third. Dark just needs to hold the line. 1-1 is done. Dark needs to hold until his upgrade's complete. Zerglings unburrow. More Zerglings in the main. Surprisingly not burrowing those. Still working back at home. Oh, Baneling's chopped off, but Spirit with this timing attack. Dark just decides to go to the other side. The Queens are holding the line for now. And nothing to everything indeed. 1-1 done for both sides. The Queens eating some of the hits from the tanks. The Zerglings get into the natural. Another tank down. The Marine's gonna hold the high ground. Spirit cutting down 1 base, annexing another. And for now, Dark holding his ground, but he's given up both these bases. He's holding his ground in the sense that he hasn't given up everything. He still has the Queens at home. 14 SCVs. Spirit is down to 33. He needs to get some damage done soon before Dark is able to overwhelm him. The siege tanks moving forward. The Queens taking a lot of the hits. The Banelings rolling in. The tanks are taken out. And Dark holds for now. But reinforcements stimming across the map. Spirit is chasing down the Queens. An Ultralisk cavern starts in the midst of all this. But the Marine count is too damn high. There's 1 Baneling getting stuck behind the Queens. But Spirit has so many Marines. And Dark, the Banelings rolling in. The drone count has plummeted. But the Marine count is too damn high. Dark may have gotten a bit too greedy. And Spirit is tearing him up for it. 67. Wow, just as quick as we went up in the supply count, we're dropping down just as dramatically. Dark isn't giving it up. Dark loses most of his drones and his bases, starts an Ultra Cavern at Adrenal Glands. Ah, yes, that's the Dark we know and love. He has another base. There's still a few more Banes. He's not out of this yet. 1 Ultra could turn the tides, but he can't even afford that. The Banelings, he's forced to pick up. Dark isn't dead yet. 1 Ultra to rule them all. And in the darkness, hopefully save him. A Baneling rolls in. 9 SCVs died in the last minute. This base cannot land. Burrowed Banelings, a real and present danger. There's only 3 orbitals, and one of them is lifted. Ah, but has to burrow some more drones. There are more Lings burrowed over here. Spirit, dropping back down. 1 Infestor. 1 Ultra. Adrenal Glands, of all things. He's gonna burrow in the quarters. Spirit's just gonna ignore the Lings. The Infestor is building from an egg at a hatchery that just died. Somehow, I told you, either it was going to be a lopsided match or something ridiculous. And here we are. The Zerglings get into the main. Adrenal Glands is done. They're ripping through things. 50 drones still for Dark, but he has to long distance mine. 15 SCVs, but the army supply. Dark is trickling out. Oh, the Liberators! Oh no! How many queens are left? Only 2. The Ultras targeted. This base and the drones. The Liberators are devastating here. Was that the Viper? He lost the Viper! A beautiful fungal! Look, did he follow it up? Here come the Spore Crawlers! The Spore Crawler's an actual straight-up counter to the Liberators. He has to unsiege because of the Spore Crawler! The Ultralisk! The Ultralisk! The Queens! Oh, but the Liberators, they're isolating. There's enough Zerglings. They're in an awkward spot. The Spore Crawler! The Spore! That one Spore Crawler is the only thing that stands between Dark and the Liberators ruling supreme. I can't believe it's come down to... yeah, I definitely can. Oh no, another queen assassinated. Meanwhile, the Zerglings at the back. Spirit still on 15 SCVs and dropping. But how do you deal with the Liberators? He's building another Ultralisk. It's still 1-1 for both sides. Here we go. He's just coming down the ramp. The Ultra doesn't have chitinous plating, but it's just too much. Spirit's reinforcements are gonna cut Dark down at the gates. And Spirit holds the line and barely stems the tide to take game number 1. But of course, Dark loses 3 bases, starts at Ultralisk Cavern. That's the Dark we know. Spirit with a devastating timing. Got effectively a 3-base all-in. But it paid off. Dark tried to get everything, whereas Spirit... Then let's continue. Alright. I don't know what to think about that one. I mean, I think that Dark got a little too greedy. I'm just waiting to see. The Liberators, a beautiful choice. A painful one. That Viper dying, the little details. It looked like Dark might be able to rip apart the economy, but Spirit focused on the right points of it. We're waiting. We're waiting for the next game. I can't believe we're waiting this long for the players to load up another game. I'm stressed out. I'm sure they're anxious. Well, I'm not sure they're anxious. Dark doesn't seem like he gets anxious about anything. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Okay, we loaded it up and now they say 2 minutes. I don't... That very old school style of game. Spirit sprinting into Marine Tank. And Dark just trying to get everything. I don't think he realized the commitment. Like, no armory, no 2-2. He only made 50 workers that whole game. He got 3 CC, but he was using it mostly for mules. We'll see. Golden Aura is map 2. I don't know why we're waiting. Nobody told me why we're waiting. I'm just stressed out. Ready, go, go. Go. Here we go. Countdown has begun. No expectations, no predictions. All right. Game 2. In the bottom right, with a decisive timing to take game 1, it is Spirit, up 1-0 over the final boss in the top left. And blue Zerg Dark. God, it could have gone either way. Dark a little too fancy for his own good with the counterattacks, whereas Spirit had this singular focus in laying down the win. Still could have gone either way at any point. But Spirit is the one to keep it together. Honestly, just keeping it together against Dark for that long and pulling out the victory despite going down to 15 SCVs. It's very easy to lose your cool, especially if ultras and infestors are popping out, even at that late stage. It's CC first again. I don't think it wasn't so much the early build, but Dark misreading how committed was the follow-up, I think, at the end of the day. Very quick 3-hatch from Dark. Pre 2 minutes. So getting more economy more quickly. Will he break that 80? He made way too many drones last game. 60 drones will do it against something like that. A marked difference between Cyril with an Overlord essentially constantly hovering over. Yeah, it is a little harder against Terran to have that Overlord there. To Dark, who was, well, in himself about it for most of the time. Duke Command Center. Overlord spotted it. We got another very chill macro game to start things off. No gas at all for Dark. The Ice Fisher build. No, not quite, but that should trigger some nostalgia buttons for some people. A macro simulator early game. Third command center. There it is. 3 CC, 3 hatch, drones, SCVs. Starport in production. Another queen on the way. Roach Warren. Significantly quicker than you would build defensively. And 2 gases as well. Dark is taking a different angle on this one. I don't think... Oh, 3 gases. Alright, well... Cloak Banshee on the way for Spirit. Just so middle of the road. Incredibly safe. There is such a thing as too safe. Just letting the Zerg take too much, but Spirit clearly not too worried about that. Stim on the way. 5 roaches for Dark. Gets the creep tumor. 8 roaches. I can read the production tab at the best of them. 8 roaches, enough to certainly force a response without really cutting into the economy significantly. That's enough to easily deal with any amount of Hellions. And it's going to keep the Banshees at home. So, now how much else does he get done? Tries to take out the Reaper there. They're on the way. 5 Overlords at a time. Dark with his trademark supply block. NG Bay in production. Overlord hanging out. Banshee. Well, these roaches are already far enough across the map. Oh my. Well, handled. And the Banshee will allow the singular Marine to take out the Overlord. And behind it, Spirit, 4 more racks. Double Evo chamber. Dark at 63, 65 drones and counting. Overlord goes down. But the Banshees are obviously revealed. Dark's creep spread already working across the map. Roach speed, Zergling speed, +1 melee, and +1 carapace. So it will be a Roach Zergling composition. Notably, no Baneling nest whatsoever. So not going to be relying on those recently nerfed Banelings, but instead a bit more attrition-based units. The Banshees, you know, the Queens are discouraging them from any further activities, but Banshee's not going to be chased down. Queens can't fly anymore, much to their dismay. Hellions, nothing here to kill. Bit of an awkward scenario. Dark actually doesn't quite target fire. Infestation pit, nearly completed. Does he just go straight to Hive? Yes. Yet again. And this time around, Spirit is not all-inning. He's got an armory on the way. He's getting a 4th command center. And he's got 67 SCVs. So we got a full-on macro game on our hands. Double drop. Headed north. Trying to clear up some creep. And now the game begins. They've been flirting with each other for a while, but now let's get down to business. 150 to 125 supply, but a lot of that is in roaches, so a bit misleading. Spirit, 4th command center, nearly completed. Can reach out for his 4th momentarily. Hive, almost done. Spirit going to have a slight upgrade lead. Double drop deflected. Hellions, shut down. 2 taken out. Infestor pops out. And some of the creep going to be cleaned up in the center. But Dark has been pretty diligent about it. Oh no! A medevac goes down to corrosive bile. Definitely not what Spirit was looking for. Losing track of it. And you cannot afford to lose track of anything. The only reason Spirit was able to keep Dark at bay is he hit so quick with a decisive army. This time around, he hasn't gone for that army. He's gone for his own economy, his own infrastructure, his own upgrades. But that means Dark will be getting Vipers, will be getting Adrenal Glands. He's got an Ultralisk Cavern in production. And Baneling speed as well. So everything is coming together for both sides. But right now, I think that gives Dark something of an advantage. Ghost Academy, not even done yet. But he can start building them rather quickly. God, there's so many barracks. 8 barracks, 2 factories, just 1 starport for now. Another command center on the way. Settle in. This could be quite a long one. Assuming Dark isn't able to smash Spirit before he gets his ghosts online. That will be the attempt here. the surviving medevac, keeping Dark at bay. It's still 4 bases to essentially 4 bases. 5th base now online. More command centers for Spirit. 2-2 going to complete somewhat quicker. Dark has full energy Vipers, and the first Ghost just entered production. A good setup here. We'll keep Dark at bay, but the blinding clouds on the siege tanks. The Banelings are rolling through. The Zerglings actually kind of covering them, but the backline gets some more of the tanks, but the blinding cloud is exhausted on the front. Well, it's a costly fight for both sides. Spirit will actually lose enough depots, but he brought the medevacs back with the Marines. And that means the fight, well, Spirit killed a lot more. He got both Vipers and an Infestor. Only 3 siege tanks dead. But not quite it for Dark there. Going directly, attacking directly into siege tanks is optimistic. But now he has, okay, 100 Zerglings. Minus whatever Banelings he... Well, he had more than 100. He has 105 with 14 Banelings in production. He has all of the... Wait, he still has 22 supply he can fill in with Zerglings. These are rookie numbers. I want to see 150. He's just going for the Banelings. How mundane. Chitin is plating on the way. That army, though. Ready to go. The triple drop to the north side. Zerglings moving to intercept. Splitting the drop. Trying to keep him busy. Right now, Spirit is trying to build up his defenses. Get his ghost count up. Get Cloak. Something to keep Dark at bay. Because he's not going to be able to deal with this army conventionally. God, the positioning. The Ultra literally can't get through. The Zerglings are in the way. He'll pick up at the last second. The overlapping sensor towers. I mean... it's not like he's not going to see it coming. But here comes Dark yet again. Where are the Vipers? Doesn't look like there are any. The siege tank snipes lining up. He's going to smash the planetary. But at what cost? Another Ultra? Not quite. It will live. Still? Well, there's actually nothing to challenge the Banshee and the Vikings right now. Where are the Vipers? No Vipers at all. 100 Zerglings, 6 Dropper Lords. Operation Overlord over here. Looking to create a beachhead in the main. Though the Zerglings running up to this north side may be a bit suspicious. There is no sensor tower in the main. But good luck. There's an Ultra as well to lead it. Dark. Well, the true swarm mindset here. He's going to attack into the 5th base at the 6 o'clock here. While he simultaneously drops the main. The Infestor is taken out. But the Zerglings and the Ultralisk unload. And the main base right now looking pretty forfeit. There is no burrow. 25 SCVs. Another orbital down. Dark on both fronts. In the main, finally being cleaned up. The Ghost Academy itself loses one of the barracks. The Ghost Academy looks like it will die. The orbital burning. Another base forced to lift 30 SCVs down. But that means Spirit's army supply is massive right now. But can he take advantage of it? Vikings chasing down. 5 Ultras in production. Dark, I mean, he's got the economy. More Zerglings. Liberators sieging up. Behind the bulwark of depots. Still holding against the tide of Zerglings. And Spirit is still at 200 supply. Dark has lost 3,000 more minerals, about 1,500 more gas. Nothing decisive yet. +3 infantry weapons against 3-3 on the ground for Dark. Burrow is done. Where are the spellcasters? There's not a single Infestor or a single Viper. The only saving grace here for Spirit. Another attack. Forces another lift. The SCV count will be driven down yet again. Multiple tanks on the high ground, though, holding for now. +1 mech weapons done. Another group of Ultras and Banelings. Spirit is sending most of his army across the map. A drop to the bottom left. Will drag the Ultras back. Spirit gonna want to pick that up and get out while he can. Meanwhile, the 3rd base, eviscerated by the Ultras. Just completely destroyed. Meanwhile, Spirit going for the base trade. Deja vu. We've just been in this place before, but with way more supply this time around. Oh, the Zerglings, Banelings trying to trickle in. Ghost will cloak. Ultra following behind. The army will be smashed. But the Liberator's still taking a lot of shots on the way out. There are drones over here. Meanwhile, the drop in the bottom left. Keeping Spirit going. He targets the hatch. The gold base on Golden Nora will be delayed for now. Takes it out. Liberator in the main. Creating something of a beachhead. The Queens are out of position here. Liberator are going to try to cover anything. There are a dozen Corruptors looking to knock this out. Dark not bothering with spellcasters when brute force will do the trick. Just looking to wipe the medevacs out of the sky. And Spirit is running incredibly low on supply. Dark, no respect for that Terran army. Not a single spellcaster aside from Queens. He stopped bothering with Infestors and Vipers, and is now looking to bludgeon Spirit under the weight of 7 Ultras and hundreds of Zerglings. The Corruptor count of some Vikings here. I guess a saving grace for Spirit is that there are so many Corruptors, the ground army is not that substantial. Zerglings will be able to burrow. Spirit hurting for economy. Dark still has plenty. He's got 79 drones. Army supply in favor of the Zerg. Here come the Ultras yet again. The Corruptors sweeping the medevacs from the sky. The tanks are well spread, but the Ultras can take the hits. More Banelings rolling in. Chews apart the planetary fortress. Knocks out the medevacs. And Spirit will fall back to his final planetary. He's taken heavy losses. He's not dead, but... The Corruptors. Spirit brings everything he has. Dark. It's just too much. He just keeps saying he's building 6 more Ultralisks. Spirit is ripped to shreds, I say. There's just nothing left. The Banelings roll in. GGG. All tied up. Dark takes one back with quite a vengeance. 450 Zerglings, 100 Banes. Well, I'm sure that's what he wanted to do in game 1, but we didn't quite make it there. 0 to 100. Again, these games. Spirit just never really got anything going. You can't... Game 1, he kept Dark busy. But if you don't... Exhausting. And we're not done. I think Spirit's got to come up with something. That was pretty decisive there. I'm sure Dark knows as well. But we're heading into Game 3. Okeone will be the pick. Ready to go. Both sides. Game 3. Counting down. Some exhausting games today. But good games. And that's what we're here for. Thank you for watching. Let's go. In the top right of Okeone, the final boss, showing why he's earned that nickname. We have Dark. And Spirit? Nope, I spoiled the whole intro bit. You're supposed to say the name at the end! With a hard-fought battle, but losing the momentum too early and never gaining it back, it's Spirit. Yeah, there you go. Spirit. Is he gonna go CC first for a 3rd game in a row? Yeah. Dark. Why bother with a full-on macro game? Clearly, Dark doesn't mind. So Spirit, I mean, game one was also a command center first, but that's just to slingshot your economy into a state you can get a huge amount of barracks production before the Zerg ideally can get to a critical mass of Ling Baneling. Dark kind of avoiding that somewhat with the roaches in game two. He ended up trading him out pretty early on, but just enough roaches to make Spirit think twice about what he's up to. Just sprinkling him in there. A nice sauce for the entree. That is the mass Zergling Ultralisk. Double gas follow-up. So heavy tech behind the command center first. Yet again. Dark. He's gotten gas quickly this time. Oh. But then splits off as the hatchery is finishing. Just maximizing the efficiency of those drones. And once he sees the command center, he'll know exactly what he's dealing with. Third hatchery. Laid down. I think we'll see Zergling. Well, actually, no, I take it back. Last game, it was roaches first. But Zergling speed also perfectly good. There's just not going to be much of anything on the Spirit for a while. Taking advantage of the fact Dark is clearly more inclined to sit back and build up. You know, I want the battlecruisers. Okay? I don't know if I've ever seen... I think I've seen Spirit go battlecruiser before. He's got his build. Terran's Terran indeed. He's like, I'm going to do the same build. The same, essentially, foundation of the build. 3 games in a row. Just need to execute it perfectly. I've shaved off 6% mining efficiency with my build. All right. And if I just get 6% more, I'll be completely unbeatable. Well, we'll see. Rotorn for Dark. Falling back on a similar build to the previous match. It's exactly this. Cloak Banshee. Reaper poking around. Hellions on the way. Roach Ward about to complete. We've seen it before. See it again. Eight roaches. The Roach Expeditionary Force. Stim in production. Again, enough to shut down the Hellions without being a significant commitment of Dark's economy. Immediate lair. 4.5 minutes, quite early on. Spirit. Alright, what's it gonna be? He's about to hit the production explosion. Are we going for the 3-base all-in or more macro-oriented play? What? It's Cyclones. Just 2. Does he... Oh. He bit. Yeah, he was scared of the roaches. Dark got him to build Cyclones. He cancels them and switches over to his production. But Dark, the roaches scaring him. The mind game's strong. And that means Dark will actually get his Evo chambers up before the engineering base. He's gonna have a lair done. His creep spread has gone untouched. Just those few roaches, despite being so obvious. Enough of a threat that Spirit had to respect it. And now, Dark will be taking the map. The sound of roaches regurgitating at the rocks there. Beautiful. soothing. ASMR, pretty much. The Cloak Banshees. There is a Spore, though. Well positioned to zone out. Infestation Pit. Baneling Nest. We got Barracks 4 and 5 coming up for Spirit, as well as a 4th. It's like, if I just get a little bit greedier, maybe that'll do it. Alright, maybe if I just build 2 or 3 more command centers. You know what? Maybe. God. It is an interesting play to play that last game and be like, I just need more command centers. But it is a testament to his confidence in his own macro and micro in the late game that he's going this direction with it. Dark is a testament to his own confidence in general. So that's kind of unrelated. Hive is already on the way. 7-minute hive. Ah, yes. A bloodthirsty game. A Reaper and a Roach slaughtered thus far. 1-1 upgrades. Finishing on both sides. Dark starts 2-2 immediately. Spirit a little later on the draw. The creep spread. It's out there. Dark has so much. But he is supply blocked, building 9 overlords at a time. Spirit has not started to... Wait, does he? He does have an armory. He has 4 base. He's not going for a 3 base all in here. It'd be very odd to do so with 80 SCVs. It's not all in anymore. It's just, you know, normal gameplay. But the lack of 2-2 is kind of glaring at the moment. Those upgrades are how you keep up with the Zerg and potentially draw ahead. Though not in this game. He finally starts it. It's going to be 30-40 second advantage here for Dark. The Banshee's clearing up the watchtower. Vipers. Ultras. There's a Ghost Academy. Deja vu. It's happening again. We're just kind of skipping. It's a no-rush 10-minute. Well, 8.5 minute. The drop? Surprisingly dangerous. The positioning? Oh, no, wait a second. And he forces a cancel, and he might be able to get Adrenal Glands. Oh, that'd be huge. That is the kind of win that Spirit desperately needed. Able to cancel the Ultra Cavern and Adrenal Glands, severely hamstringing Dark's ability to bring that late-game tech online. He just builds another set right there. But finally getting punished for building things at the very back of his base. Spirit, a lucky break there. But he's got to use it. He's got to take advantage of a limited time only. Without Adrenal Glands, without Ultras. And this is when the conventional bio can shine. Oh, the Hellions finding an opportunity. Dark has plenty of drones. Banelings crashing into the Hellbats. Spirit. Ooh. Medevac goes down to Parasitic Bomb. 2-2 now done for Dark. Spirit closing in. Ultralisk Cavern is done. Adrenal Glands. So, that window now closing. Oh, God. He just stims everything. Goes straight up the gut here. The Queen's targeted down. Chasing back. Trying to keep the creep at least the halfway mark. He's holding for now, but the Banelings still keep closing a little too close. Liberator setting up. Both sides, anything to keep Dark busy. So far, forcing the Spore Crawlers out of the way. Dark not paying attention to the north side. He's gonna lose some of the drones here. Spore Crawler moves. Spirit already repositioning. Parasitic Bomb. The Medevac's down the center. Tries to quarantine them. Liberator Siege is up, but not this time. Ooh, this one finds an angle. The Spore Crawler will reposition, but Spirit does have multiple. He's adding another planetary here. The tanks are not sieged. A huge amount of Ling Bane will siege the tanks. Crashes into the planetary. Planetary ripped apart. Quite a costly attack there And the gold base being up already is very good news for Spirit. Dark just exhausted a lot of his army there. Yeah, Spirit over the last minute has destroyed 4,100 to 1,500 minerals. He barely lost anything. Those Liberators keeping Dark busy. Spirit definitely drawing a line a little further out than he was able to last game. But Dark starting to push back on it as well. The creep spread is the general indicator of how the game's going. And right now, Dark, not overwhelming yet, but certainly not doing poorly, as the Queens are able to hit both sides of the map. The income, about even. Dark has had something of an advantage for a while, but a nuclear missile is on the way. 4 more command centers in production. Another planetary fortress. Yeah, right there. Spirit has 5 bases, including the gold. Dark has the gold himself. Roaches finding more rocks. They're very good at killing rocks. Well, not great at it, but I mean, that's something to do. Coax the Banshee so the roaches don't know what's hitting him, which is very demoralizing. Another base. Some Zerglings coming in. Does he have Burrow? Yes. Greater Spire and not so Greater Spire on the way. Fusion Core for Spirit. And angling towards advanced ballistics. You know, Katowice's reactor wouldn't be too bad. Always looking out for the battle cruisers. 3-3 is done now for Dark. Snipes lining up. The Zerg army kind of boxed out by the roaches at the front, but now streaming through. Where are the Vipers? Where are the Vipers? They're back at home. Another drop coming in. Gonna find some of the drones. I mean, it's something. Goodbye. Brutal. Dark takes out the medevac. Spirit. The line is drawn on the map. The sensor towers. He sees everything right outside his base, but Dark has the rest of it. How are the roaches? There's so many rocks on this map. Roaches don't care. Dark doesn't want roaches anymore. He will sacrifice the roaches to kill the rocks. Their live stream. What? Okay, apparently those are out of range. Does he not? Oh, there's a vision block. Which is a very odd scenario. 850, 74 banelings! Oh my god! That is... Oh, the ghost... What? The ghost just defies the laws of physics. Like Dark is about to defy... I didn't even know they could float up on this map. The ghost just gets absolutely impaled. How many banelings? Dark has 82 banelings right now. The Brood Lord's behind. That is so many banelings. Well, here comes Dark. The Brood Lords on the front lines. Spirit is maxed out. He yanks Vikings into the Spore Crawlers. The Brood Lords, when does he go? Nuclear launch detected on the other side of the map. I'll see if Dark actually notices. He sees it. Spore Crawler moving as well. The Brood Lord's gonna move up, but the Ghosts find an opportunity for Snipes. EMP, Fungal over to the right flank. The Banelings are waiting. I don't like they're almost a liability at this stage. That's so many Banelings. That is a ridiculous, like... 82 Banelings. Somehow a Ghost has gotten throughout the bay. I think it survived launching that nuke. He might try it again. 2 nukes in production. Brood Lords working their way in. Dark is knocking on the door. And the Banelings are waiting right outside. A defensive nuke to zone this out. Queen wanders in. The creep is getting close here. He's gonna pull back slightly out of the nuclear missile range. Neural parasite on the way. Oh. It's gonna be one of those games. Spirit waiting to take this base. The Banelings not being used. Dark, I think, will deny any attempt past the current bases. He's decided that is how many bases Spirit gets. Past this point. There's plenty of money in the bank for both sides. SCVs being thrown into the fray. You can trade for the Banelings. That's best case scenario. The Banelings just delete the planetary. Okay. Alright. Well, there you go. No more planetary. 35 SCVs down, but that's mostly entire. Just rebuilds. Nuclear missile. Will Dark figure it out? Assimilation successful. He turns the Thors against one another. The Thors are saved. He almost takes out another Thor inside. The battle continues. The nuke will land. Actually catches some Zerglings. Meanwhile, though, the Ghosts line up the shots and will knock down some of the Broodlords and get some Infestors as well. A valuable set of snipes, even though Spirit did lose a lot of supply here. Meanwhile, Dark headed south. Fiddling Bane, looking to overwhelm. Still so many Banelings. Honestly, I think Dark realized it's a liability of Banelings. Nuclear missile from the main into Dark's third. The ghost count is so damn high. He's got 15 ghosts right now. Dark, he has money in the bank. Oh my god, all that larva. The defenseless larva. We're only 17 minutes in. It feels like it's been 45 somehow. Dark has lost 7,000 more minerals and 2,000 more gas here. But he's just going right up the center. A Liberator. Keeping things busy on the north side. Oh, the Changeling's hurting a Thor. Oh, caught between a rock and a hard place. Zerglings rip it apart. 14 more Corruptors on the way. Looking for that massive Broodlord army, it looks like. I don't know about these medevacs going out, Spirit. Those medevacs with like 12 HP between them. A strong gust of wind would blow them away. Or one of those four. Okay. How many medevacs? He only has 4 medevacs. Dark, really? Okay. The roaches. Somehow there are still roaches. Finally, Dark finds a way to get rid of them. We're maxing out the upgrades. Zerglings. Oh yeah, good luck with that. Oh, those Marines are super dead. Well, now what? We're at that stage of the game where it's not so much how much you can build, but how much you're willing to lose. As the game kind of stalls out with the army so dangerous to one another and so valuable in general. Spirit has a much more valuable army, actually. Dark is still... He doesn't have that many spellcasters. He's got... Oh, well. Couple Vipers, 6 Infestors. Only 2 Queens. Which actually seems like the biggest liability here. Just added on 10 more Broodlords. There are Spore Crawlers killing medevacs as they try to retreat home. +3 ranged attack? Are there even any units that use that besides Queens? No, but why not? Alright, we're here. He has 2,300 gas, isn't that? Okay, there's 1 Ultra. Here come a few dozen more Zerglings. Snipes lined up. A planetary. Building armor isn't done until 5 seconds from now. SCV micro. More sensor towers. He burrows the way. I don't know if burrow... How many? There are 10 orbitals. Okay. Nidus network on the way. I'm not sure where you even put the Nidus. Can you get it into the main somehow? That is the only way, I think, really, anything can be done. There are 24 Spore Crawlers. The Liberators can't do anything about them. The Spore Push will drive back the Liberators. Oh my god. Here we go again. Ah, what an appropriate game 3. With game 1 ending with a spore, barely not able to kill the Liberators. This time around, revenge. A volley of snipes knocks out another brood, but 3-3, those are fully operational brood lords. It doesn't get any better than that. Dark has the full spread. 3+3 everything. This is a fully upgraded Zerg. But that is still a lot of ghosts. And, well, it's significantly less after that first engagement. Dark is mining from both of the top left corner. He's already mined out one of the Rich Vespine geysers. He's working on the second. Spirit refusing to die. Brood Lords lording over. There's 17 Brood Lords now. Nuclear missile launched. I mean, that's one way to do it. Wings and Banes chasing down. Nuke will land, but the Brood Lords have evaded it. Where are the ghosts? There's still 16 ghosts on the field. Nidus Worm in support. Infestors underneath. He's stutter stepping. The Brood Lords. The Nidus. Dark. Looking to crush him under the weight of these Brood Lords. But Spirit still has a very capable army. If Dark is out of position for just a few seconds. 19 ghosts. Look at that, a Nesty versus MVP sort of situation here, potentially. The Broodlings. Melting the tanks. Where are the ghosts? There's the majority. His base. He's got 200 gas left here. Spirit is running out of places to mine anything from. Dark has 8k, 3k in the bank. The Thor's dangerously close to the Vipers, but vice versa here. Neural Parasite. Blinding. Okay, okay, yeah, you got him. Oh, that's about as dead as Thor's can get. Oh my, that seems excessive. Spirit gonna rebuild 3 of them. He did want them. They just kind of strayed out too far. The ghost count is incredibly spooky. They're just so that he's got 21 ghosts. Is he killing his own medevacs? I don't know if that was on purpose. I think I'd probably kill the Marines before the medevacs. A scan. There's only 500 gas left here. We gotta do that thing when we start counting the gas geysers. We're getting there. 1100, 1300. 1200 here. I guess Dark wasn't mining from it for quite a while. Another command center just waiting its turn to mine from this base, but Dark, not being very kind, will not allow him a turn at the minerals. Only child type of actions there. Then again, this is an only child's game. Friends are for nerds. Where were we? Broodlords. 16 of them still. Dark reaching the 5-digit mark in the minerals. The Bioarmy actually still surprisingly dangerous at this stage. No Caduceus reactor. Ultras finding an opportunity as well. Chewing through some of the Thors. Actually tripping up on the changelings. Oh, what? Okay then. The ghosts line up the shots of the Ultras. But the Broodlords are moving forward. Spirit needs to change the paradigm soon, or he won't be changing anything at all. Parasitic bombs. Not enough to kill the Liberators. I definitely don't help things. Dark with so many more minerals. The nuke on the Nidus. A scan. Dark sees it. That's gonna kill him. He doesn't even move the spore that far. Moves it like 3 steps away. The Zerglings up the center. Spirit's army pretty far out of position here, but the Hellbats... He doesn't even have... Oh, he does have +3 mech. They don't one-shot the Zerglings anymore, but they get very, very close. 2 more factories on the way. But Spirit... Oh, and the Liberators. Parasitic Bomb. Gonna finish more off the nuke. He's getting desperate. Dark is just choking him out right now. Still 10,000. Oh my God! He will be mining from this base. Dark has maintained, besides the few mule canyons here. No. The most important part is that income temp. Banelings rolling in. Oh my God. I don't care about anything else. This is the most important screen. Jeez. He's got... Well, you can't mine with more than 8 at a time, for the most part. Oh, the Broodlords? Wandering pretty far forward. Snipes get a couple. Something of a bio-army. Yep, another Mule Canyon. The only thing holding it back. But the Wombo combo! Parasitic Bomb, Fungal Growth. The Vikings held down and knocked out of the sky. Dark loses a lot. Spirit... Oh my God. Move the spore. Move the spore. Spirit is out of money. There's nothing left on it here. Besides those mules, he needs to light up the snipes, but Dark is simply not allowing him to get close. Oh God, don't. They're too close. They're too close together. There's still enough scans. He's still got 8 orbitals. There's 58 gas left here. Spirit has a surprising amount of army supply left. The Broodlord's raining down. But Dark has been slowly dunking him underwater here. The waves of Broodlings. And Spirit has not been able, feels like the entire game, to make any progress. Dark has just choked him out of it. He's still got the money in the bank as well. Like, it's not getting... The command center's dying to spore crawlers. I like... It was my favorite song. Okay, not quite, but close. When your command centers are dying to spore crawlers, it's bad. It's not... It's certainly not good. Or it's very good. It really depends on the situation. A significant portion of the potential economy is in the air right now. Turrets and... Oh, Spiro managed to grab this top left base. He's gonna grab that last 50 gas and mine out the geyser. Is there... He has these two. This is the freshest base on the map. And there's still a just obscene amount of ghosts. 25 ghosts. Oh my God. Dark. Limiting Spirit to the queens. Oh my. Oh, the ghosts. EMPs. They don't land. He didn't get all the infestors. Fungals, he's trying to chain them. Is there anything to stop the Zerglings? The Banelings? A Nidus into the main. Dark is broken through. There are no nukes. He can't even nuke his own base. We're going for it. Here we go. The Vipers don't really have energy. Parasitic Bomb. The last energy on the Vipers. He's gonna try to get the damage done. Wandering through the spore crawlers, though. Trying to get the shots up. EMPs are good. A little late on the Fungals. The snipes are landing. Spirit is losing his main. He needs to kill the entirety of Dark's army and then some in order to make it worth it. The Infestors, the Broodlords are running to the ends of the earth. And, well, there's actually nothing to stop a single Liberator. There's no detection here either. The snipes. He doesn't know about the Infestors underneath, but he doesn't need to. The Broodlord will kill all this. The Infestors will survive. Spirit is now a nomad terror, but this is an Age of Empires. He's lifting his buildings, but it's not over? I mean, if Dark didn't have enough money to rebuild 2 more armies, this would be a real dramatic scenario, but we know the situation. He may have been able to beat 1 army, but Dark can rebuild. Oh my god. This is so sad. The Liberator doing intense emotional damage to the Broodlord. Eventually, it may very well kill it. It may die of natural causes by then. Oh, the Thor helps. The natural causes of Thor smacking into it. Another few dozen Banelings as Dark looks to lay down the hammer. He's been choking Spirit out for 25 minutes, and now it's time to end it. The Banelings are rolling in. The tide of darkness is far too much, no matter how valiant his spirit. The darkness is overwhelmed. Well, wait. No, he got him. It wasn't as decisive as it could have been. The Banelings didn't quite land, but the ghosts are just out of energy. Every ghost must die before he taps it out. But he will tap it out. GG! Dark! Oh my god. After another, this is not the first game today.